Talkers and geeks, keep it real, no doubt. From the couch to your screen with a word of mouth. Anime, movies, TV, we got the scoop. Join the review crew, come and be part of the loop. Go.
Welcome to TalkersandGeeks.com. Justin here with Sean back with more reviews for you today, and we have a really good one today. We are going to be talking about the season premiere of My Adventures with Superman Season 2. We were able to see Episode 1 and Episode 2. Episode 1 is titled More Things in Heaven and Earth, and Episode 2 is titled Adventures with My Girlfriend. As always here at ONG, we give you a brief synopsis. I'm going to read the synopsis for both Episode 1 and 2, and we'll discuss it here for a review. So Episode 1, More Things in Heaven and Earth, synopsis goes such as this. Clark antagonizes over what to do for him and Lois' first Valentine's Day until visions of his father lead him, Jimmy, and Lois to the remains of a spaceship and the new villains of Task Force X. Episode 2, which is entitled Adventures with My Girlfriend, the synopsis reads such as this. While Perry saddles with Jimmy and a new team to run Flameburg, Clark and Lois investigate Stryker Penitentiary and discover just how far Amanda Waller will go to get rid of Superman. And that is basically overall the synopsis. Episode 1, Sean, this is a nice welcome back to form. I really did enjoy this one.
I agree.
Definitely did a good job of really setting the stage of what this season, what the first 2 episodes do is really set the stages of what this season is going to entail. And it looks like it's going to be another banger. We can't spoil anything, obviously, but there are pieces that are going to be aligned here that's really setting it up. They really did a good job, once again, of really establishing Lois and Clark as that really power couple, as a couple that they still have their differences. They still have things that they have to iron out. They're not the perfect couple, and I'm glad they really showed it like, hey, there's still issues in the relationship. There's still things, selfishness on both parts, and I thought they did a really good job. I also like what they're doing with the Daily Planet. A lot of characters are getting more shine here. Jimmy gets a little more shine, and if you know the ending of what happens to Jimmy's arc of the first season, you're going to be happy to know that it does continue here. There is a little ticker in regards to certain dollar signs, but I'm going to keep that to obviously later on as we get to more into the season. But I really like what they did with Jimmy here as well. As far as the action goes, wasn't too action heavy, I would say, compared to how it was like in the first opening of episode 1 of season 1. But it is serviceable. This is more of building up to a certain character debut, which you've all seen in the trailer, so I don't have to say it's a spoiler. It is a build up to what's eventually going to be the appearance of Supergirl. I'm gonna pass it to Sean real quick. Sean, what you think?
Yeah. So, just like you said, I will say, even though there wasn't a lot of action in it, there was enough action to keep you occupied throughout the entire both episodes. Because I think the action in I want to say the second episode was really on point. Actually, no, I'm going to be honest. The action coming down in the first episode was on point. Because you got to see a lot of, you got to see characters that you would normally see in a Justice League story. But they're all giving that treatment. I've always said this, like, when Batman TAS was out, I swear every DC villain was going after Batman. Even villains that would normally be a Flash villain or a Superman villain or even a Green Lantern villain would kind of show up there and Batman would figure out a way to defeat them. The same thing is kind of like with My Adventures Superman. They're introducing a lot of the DC villains. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is, as the season goes on, will they start introducing more DC heroes? I would like to see if more, it's not just Superman. Like, can we get young versions of a lot of the heroes that would probably later form the Justice League? Kind of like what Smallville did. Smallville took its time introducing, like, different characters. They came in, you got the Flash, and then you got Green Arrow, and you got everybody. One episode, I think maybe a season took, like, you got 2 characters, and then you got another 2, and then they started forming, their little Justice League, and it was a good thing. So I'm hoping they do the same thing with My Adventures of Superman. But overall, the first episode was a great continuation of what happened in the first season. The You get to know a little bit more. This is spoiler free, so I'm going to say you're going to get to know a little bit more about Clark's Kryptonian father.
Yeah.
You're going to get to know a little bit more about how the ship works. You're going to get to know just a little bit more about Clark and what happened. And that was told brilliantly. When it comes to episode 2, you get to know a little bit more about what was going on with Lois's dad and the things that are happening and new discoveries and things that, it's kind of hard to, do this entire review where I'm just saying these are 2 great episodes with a lot going on, and it's so much going on. You want to talk about each. There are individual things you can talk about, individual stories that are taking shape. Things that you can see that they're putting things in place to make this big thing, either towards the middle of the season or the end season, and it's just so much going on. I'm just gonna tell you, like, this 2-episode premiere is gonna be fantastic. That's basically how I can put it.
And just to piggyback off Sean a little bit, especially when you're saying that, I'm hoping they start to introduce a lot more, maybe down the line slowly introduce characters of the Justice League. But what they did really good is actually just setting up the villains of this arc. And they already set up, they teased three major villains. Obviously, Waller, you've seen her last year. She is a force to be reckoned with, especially in episode 2. You get to really see how cold this woman is. They tease, obviously, somebody else who was there last season, and they tease another villain, which I won't spoil, but they teased at least 3 villains that I think they're going to be playing a major role in season 2. Like I said, they still have a little bit more conflict between Lois and Clark and their relationship, and there could be a little rift there in terms of their desires, and one wants something, the other wants something, and they're still not aligned on views on certain things and aspects of Kryptonian. But overall, I'm gonna give this thumbs up. This is definitely it's gonna be a really great premiere. Definitely check this out on Saturday midnight. This is Justin and.
Well, before you end, one thing I will say that they do tease in the episode, that Kara, Supergirl, is around. But here's the thing: I like what they did. They're not going to immediately let you know whether she'll be on the side of Clark or she'll be on the side of anything else. They're just telling you that she's there, and I like that. I like that there's no. People are probably going to have expectations of what she should be doing, but I'm hoping they give us like a good twist, something that goes on with her. I mean, Justin's absolutely right. They're setting up so much in these episodes that it's kind of hard to get a read. I mean, you probably can as the season goes on about what's going to happen. There are a lot of people out there who are just like sleuths that pay excellent attention to detail. And you're probably going to figure out some things, but I do like, for the person who's not a huge superhero fan or a follower, who just likes the series for what it is, they're probably going to be pleasantly surprised at everything that's going on. But back to you.
Yeah, and it definitely, like I said, just keep in mind with certain Easter eggs and be on the lookout for what they're building up for. It looks like it's going to be another banger of a season. And I think we're good, right? We can wrap this up. And this is Justin and Sean with our review of My Adventures with Superman Season 2 premiere. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm. If you like what we do here, don't forget to visit tacosandgeeks.com. Check out our interview with Matthew Lillard. UWL, we are currently filming. That will be out later this summer. So stay on the lookout for that on the channel. More essential anime, more essential manga, more essential comics. Top 10s are still coming on the way, so keep it locked here at tacosandgeeks.com. We are going to give My Adventures with Superman season premiere a must-watch. Definitely check this one out. Later days.
Peace.